Spacey Sims, and we are back with more Psychedelica of the Ashen Hawk. And we just went to the graveyard and talked to Ashen Hawk, and now we're gonna use our witch power or something. I don't know. Anyway, shit's good. I can't even. But anyway, here we are. You're like a parent now. You know who I used to be, and you don't know who I am. You don't exist in my past memories. Or perhaps I haven't remembered yet. That's too bad. And I could never become a parent. And nothing as grand as that. Uh-huh. Is that why you hid the most important part? About the true power of the Kaleidovia and your relationships? Uh-oh. Well, we can set that aside. Let's see what choices she'll make at this time. When you said they're best friends, she was my best friend, her and Olgar. I'm pretty fucking sure then he was oh, now we're in chapter 7. Okay. This is going to be the first part we're going to have choices. In chapter 7, we have choices, I think. Yeah, because I have the flowchart up. So the first choice makes no difference, but whatever we choose, we'll have to go back and choose the opposite. Like, some point. I mean, what we could do... Well, we're never going to have to come back to this. So what we'll do when we get to that choice, we'll save it. We'll decide what one I would actually choose. We'll choose the opposite, read that, then go back, and then choose the actual one that I would choose to continue the game that way. Because both of them lead into the next thing. So, you know what I mean? So it's in chapter 7-2. And then there's chapter 7-3, and it's two versions of chapter 3. Chapter 7-3. Versions 1 and 2. So, but then they both load back into chapter 7-4. So I don't think there really makes a difference, but we'll do them both when we get to it. So anyway. Man, that's why you came all the way here. Yes, I know that it's a lot of trouble, but I really need your help. After bidding farewell to Ashen, Hawk, and Hugh, the first thing I did was to go straight to the church. And there was the issue with the Kaleidovia, for one thing, but I also needed a place to hide. I couldn't go back to the tower because Lucas was there. And this was the only place I could go. It's a church! Lawrence, Jesus, you got a lot of nerve. You took the Kaleidovia from here because you said it was too dangerous. I know, but they already know I have this now. Elric, don't be mean. I know you're actually happy that she came to rely on you. What? Why would I be? Elric spoke like he owned the church, while the real owner, Lawrence, arbitrated. I don't mind if you use this place. We have plenty of rooms available. Thank you. I owe you a lot. Just your soul. I mean, nothing. You're welcome. It may sound strange coming from me, but I think the church makes a great hiding place. And there are plenty of people coming in and out during the day. Are you sure a priest should say such conniving stuff like that? It's all right. I'm not a real priest. And never mind that. Can you tell me more of the details? And that is if you don't mind. There was nothing I had to hide at that point. I did my best to explain the entirety of my circumstances. After we made up at the church, Levi cut me, and then Lucas saved me right after that. I told them about the magical stones that can make people go insane. I told them about Francisca and Olgar. And I told them that I was a witch. They both listened intently to everything I had to say. And they didn't doubt or ridicule me for anything. They simply accepted my words. Magical stones. Do you know something? I think I've seen fragments of something like that with similar powers. Of course, in another town far from here. Does he not quite remember? He's like, magical stones. Wait. He's like, he's like, looking at Elric, what did you do? And he's like, I didn't do nothing. And he's like, are you sure? In another town far from here. Does he not? I feel like he remembers, but then at the same time, maybe he doesn't quite remember, because this seems almost like he's like, I feel like I've seen this before. And you're like, so it makes it sound like you don't remember being Kaguya, but there are other times where you're like, that's such a fucking Kaguya thing that you're saying that you know, don't you? And he remembers, I remember you in your past life. Like, he just remembers it, but he doesn't. Like, so it's weird. And that one was, without a doubt, real. Things similar to the magical stones also existed elsewhere. Because you said fragment, and that's exactly what it was. That surprised me, but that wasn't the point right now. What I needed to do was think about who in the town owned the magical stones. If I use my power of clairvoyance, I may be able to find out the truth. But does my eye really have that power? I mean, if we're not all dead, then, like, what the fuck is going on for reals? Because Elric and Kaguya are fucking dead. They didn't come back. And now there's a Kaleidovia, which is like the fucking kaleidoscope, and there's magical stones instead of shards, and like, I'm just saying, but we don't have to shoot monsters to get the shards. You know what I mean? We just have to beat the fuck out of our friends probably to steal their stones. So and if we're not all dead, then how are these two here? That's because I mean, Psychedelica was the world in between. That's where, in the story of the butterfly, right? Psychedelica was the place that the butterfly went to when it died. Like, so, I don't know. Anyway. Hey, did your eye really turn red? Show me! Huh? Come on, hurry! What should I do? I looked to Lawrence for help, but he just nodded. He must have wanted me to show it too. He's like, do it. I thought about it a little, but if I would be using my powers more, I needed to get used to it. They're all like walking closer. Just like I showed Levon and Levi, I focused my strength into my right eye. Soon after, I could feel it heating up. Phew, how's that? Yeah, it seems like that's the real thing. Huh? How can you tell? I just can't. It's just a gut feeling, though. His words didn't seem to be trustworthy, but I let myself believe in it anyway. I felt relieved in a strange way. The heat began to leave my right eye, and with it, the strength I had left in my body. Oh, that's right. I haven't slept a wink since yesterday. I felt I might be at my limit. Are you okay? Maybe you should get some rest. Thanks. You're sweet. Hold me while I fall asleep. Thanks. I think I'll do that. Oh, that's right. There's something I want to ask you to do, Elric. There's still more? You're so pushy. Elric's complaints were justified, but I pretended not to hear it. I want to see Levon. If you find him, can you tell him to come here? Just use this room. The room Lawrence took me to was simple yet comfortable. Oh, the room Lawrence took me to was a simple yet comfortable place that was more than enough for a freeloader like me. Thank you. And what's this? I pointed at the obviously out-of-place decorations around the bed, at which Lawrence simply smiled. Elric and I prepared them for you. Oh, he thought it would help put your mind at ease. Flowers. Oh, despite how he acts, he was worried about you in his own way. Yeah. I'll be going now. Let me know if there's anything you need. Is it just me, or is the room layout almost exactly like it is in like Black Butterfly? Like there's the bed, and then there was like the cutout in the wall. I mean, it wasn't exactly like it was further, like the cutout wasn't this close to the corner. It was further down the wall, but like I feel like there was a cutout with stuff right over the bed, and then there was like the desk over here, and the door was here. But like I just feel like it's a very similar bedroom layout. Like I don't know if that's just me being crazy and trying to like not the web that they're weaving over here, but anyway. I watched Lawrence leave and was left by myself in the room. I threw myself under the bed and put my head on the pillow. I could feel myself dozing off immediately. I wanted to see Levon first, then Levi, then who? Don't rush it. Just take things one at a time. But hold on. 8-8 is, oh no, we have a huge choice that's probably going to determine who, I'm going to guess who boyfriendo, because you know what I'm saying. There's 4 of them. And then that's all of a sudden after that choice, that's when all of our endings start coming off. Like we have endings that pop off, like bad endings, other things, then there's another map. And then from there, all the things kind of end up. There's a Hugh ending, a Lucas ending, a Levi ending, a heroine ending. Is that like, we're all alone? I don't want that ending. Levon, Wolf, a bad ending. Lord ending, Heroes ending. And there is up further, which is weird. There's a people ending, a traveler ending, and a Lynx ending. Like, way the fuck up. So that's like, seems weird. But like, so, I don't know. Anyway. We're not there yet, but I'm just saying we're going to get to a point where we're going to have to choose one of our 4 boyfriendos, and that's probably going to determine what ending we get. Maybe. But so like I don't know if there's a route order you should play. I think in this one they said it didn't matter. Out of the corner of my eye, I saw a flower above my head. It's so cute. I wrapped myself in the warm blanket, closed my eyes, and fell into a deep sleep. Unlike with the first game order doesn't really matter, as a majority of the endings are altered at the end. For the most part, it's just preference. Okay. So there's really no... Okay, I just wanted to check that. There's really no... It's preference. Oh! I don't know! I don't know! Well, we'll figure it out. We got a ways to go. I woke late in the evening in a slight daze. It was then that Elric came in to say, "He said he's coming tonight." Huh? Come on, snap at it. You got some nerve after making me work like this. There's no me, but I'm assuming. He's coming? Levon! He said he might take some time, but he's coming. I suddenly became wide awake. I didn't expect to see him today. I knew it was rude to think this, but seeing his efficiency was making me realize that he may be more than what I expected. Elric continued to mumble under his breath, but I thanked him in my heart. That night, it was actually past midnight. Lawrence and Elric had already gone to bed, and the whole place was deathly quiet. Without a sound and in complete darkness, Levon waited alone in the chapel. There were things I needed to tell him. There were things I needed to ask. I tried to organize the thoughts in my head. So many confusing events happened since we last met, but he was one person I could count on even during times like these. He was like a brother to me, and finally we were able to be reunited here. I opened the church door with a heavy creak. The darkness of the night filled the room beyond the door, and I couldn't see the face of the person there. I was sure the same went for him, too. Levon? Spacey? I could never mistake that voice. I heard footsteps approaching until he reached a distance which we could both see each other's faces. His face looked so serious. Was he mad? I warily moved a step back after seeing an unfamiliar expression on his face. He kept closing in on me. I was like, is he going to kiss us? No, he hugs us. Oh. Huh? Levon? I'm so glad you're safe. That's true. We were missing. We forgot about that, didn't we? She forgot about it. I know I forgot about it. Like, all right, he thinks, and Levi's missing. His teary voice sounded like he was in pain. It was such a surprise. The fact that he hugged me was a surprise in itself, but I never knew Levon could sound like this. I felt so sorry because that meant I caused him to worry that much. You're alive. Levon wrapped his arms tighter around me. His embrace was so strong it hurt. For a moment, I thought I lost you, never to see you again. I'm sorry. Please forgive me for embracing you this one time. I was the one who should be apologizing, but I was speechless. Levon's emotions and the strength of his arms, they were completely different from that of the Levon I knew. It's burning up. My right eye started to heat up. Oh God. This is... What? The necklace Levon wore glittered, and my right eye focused on it completely. His necklace was a chain that ran through a ring, and the stone on that ring must be... Spacey, what's the matter? Spacey! Levon was saying something, but I couldn't hear him. I'd be like, that's mine! I would use my eyes' power without fear. The witch's power. As if resonating with the magical stones gleaming, my right eye grew even hotter. A strange sensation enveloped my entire body. The world became inverted. Uh-oh. Oh, God. Oh, God! What is this? Where am I? This was different from the world I lived in. It felt like I had come to a completely different place. This was what my witch's eyes saw. Was this what was inside Levon's heart? Was this what my power of clairvoyance could show me? It's black. Everything seemed distorted and made me feel uneasy. Was this what the inside of people's hearts were like? Or was it just Levon? Oh yeah, where was Levon? Was the owner of this space here too? Or... Out of the many voices I heard, a child's grew louder. Was he crying? I know he was growling like an animal. A small boy appeared right before my eyes. Evil baby Levon. It's like fucking Levon gremlin. Ah, God, his fingers gouging into his knee. Ow! And his giant head and his frail little body. It's creepy as fuck. He was sitting down. Is like a wolf behind him. Like the fur. And it's like, oh yeah, because there's an eye right there. Okay, you can't see it. I was like, I could see the fur and something. You couldn't. I couldn't see it, like the eyeball. And I wasn't paying attention when the thing first showed up. He was sitting down, holding his knees and staring into the empty void with bloodshot eyes. Levon? Died. Huh? They died and he still won't go away. He's always there. It's because of him that Mother... It's because of him that I... His blood flows through my veins. No, 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 no. Die, die. A clear display of hatred came out toward me like a dull light. He who said a magical stone amplified the hatred within people's hearts. No, you shouldn't let yourself be controlled by those emotions. The glow of hatred emanated from Levon's chest, and that's why he hated us so much. The source was the ring that hung around his neck. Now, if you accumulated even more hatred in it, I subconsciously reached out to the necklace. The darkness was instantly transmitted to me, a darkness which was being absorbed into my right eye. Why is our eye absorbing the evil light? I'm just saying. Okay. A sudden increase in heat caused me to retract my outstretched hand. This was what it meant to use the power of the witch's eye, to look into the heart of another. I understood. I understood who Levon was talking about. It was Levon's father. I'm sorry, but I'm going to take a look. I reached out to the necklace one more time. Gah! My right eye burned and I felt a searing pain. Yeah, this is like your eye. Like, it's her pupil and like the iris. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what's supposed to look like. A solitary heart. A heart torn by its own ideals. Levon's heart filled with hatred for his father. The emotions gushed out like a flood. And amidst all that, there was a slight sliver of light. Holy shit. Within the overwhelming darkness, there was a single ray of hope. this is sexy. Damn, Levon. And I'm like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Was this me? We had been together since we were young. And the memories popped up one after the other. Among them was the sight of me being embraced. Levon. These were Levon's feelings for me. He's known I was a woman for a long time. Levon's feelings. My vision returned to me. I was back at the church. Levon looked at my face with a worried expression. I'm back. I made it back. But, like, that's pretty funny to be able to look into her and be like, whoa, Levon, getting a little scandalous there. Like, I'm scantily clad. I got, like, the cut all the way up the thigh. Clearly not wearing panties. I mean, maybe she could have been wearing high thigh, like thigh high, like high hip panties, like whatever. I don't know. Look, I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm just saying I'm a little scandalized right now. I'm sorry. I gotta go clutch my pearls in the corner. I'm kidding. I suddenly felt weak and fell to my knees. Hey, what's the matter? Are you okay? Yeah, I just felt dizzy, that's all. And I saw what you think of me. Jesus, boy. Levon moved quickly to hold me up, which, in a way, if you think about it, is like a nice thing, because she's like, I don't know what he thinks, but she's like, oh, wow, you think I'm that sexy, huh? I'm down with, okay, all right. You know what I mean? I mean, it would suck if you saw into someone's heart and they thought you were like a hideous foot-faced potato leper or something. I mean, I don't even know. You know what I mean? You're like, oh, that makes me sad. They hate me. But if you were like, oh, let me look. Oh my God. Like, cause you know what I mean? Like, we're our own worst critics, right? Like, everything bad you think about yourself, you're always like, oh, I'm this or that, or I don't like this. And there are things, most people are like, what? Who notices? Like, especially women with like, oh my God, I have cellulite. Most people don't fucking notice. Most people don't. You're like, look at all my cellulite. Okay, I see it because you pointed it out. But you really think, okay, women are bitches, but I'm like, you think most men are like, you're like, look at the cellulite on my ass. They're just like, but, I mean, seriously. I mean, there are some douche weasels that probably would, but it's like, okay, well, good luck getting out of your mom's basement. You just keep spanking it down there, you 46-year-old loser. Can't get out of your mom's basement. Like, I'm just saying, like, you're never gonna ever meet anyone if you think that everybody's like perfect and has no cellulite. Everyone has cellulite. Everyone. But most people, there's a lot of people who don't. You're like, look at my cellulite. What? You have cellulite? I don't fucking notice. I don't give a shit. Like, so if you could see into someone's heart and know that they were like, they see you like that, you'd be like, I feel so much better about myself. It'd be like a confidence booster. I'm just saying. But like when people say, if they were like, let me draw you a picture of what I imagine you like this. And you're like, I don't believe you. You're a goddess. You're perfect. You're lying. Because women, we're assholes to ourselves and each other. We shouldn't be. But we are. Not always, but I'm just saying, in general. Generalizing. Get over it. Anyway. Levon moved quickly to hold me up. And these were the same arms that embraced me earlier. I mean, yeah, because they're attached to him, so I'm just saying. Knowing what I just saw inside Levon's heart, I felt embarrassed. That's right. I saw it. This was the first time I used this power, but I'd looked inside Levon's heart. His hatred for his father had continued to grow since he was small. And that's actually kind of cute though, because he hated us. He had that ring, right? And he hated, we saw that flashback. He was like, I hate her, stupid. And you're like, and then all of a sudden he's like, wait, what? Why do I love her? And you were like, God, Levon, you're such a dick. Oh, well, now it explains this a little bit more. That ring was causing that hatred, that anger, that douchebaggery. And then we came and it was like that little, ray of hope that's helped him keep those emotions in check and stop being like fucking psycho, like Levi. But maybe Levi, the only thing that was able to help make him, he's not as strong-willed as Levon, but maybe the only thing that's helped him keep his murder spree in check half of the time was us. So hey, you just don't have as strong of a will as Levi. That's fine. But, you know, I looked up at Levon's face. I'm just saying, he didn't know that I looked inside of him. He simply had a worried expression. I'm gonna need your ring. Give it to me. Bat's eyes. Tries to look cute. I'm really okay. I hid my sense of guilt and embarrassment as I pulled his arms away. No, just stay there. Levon, let's go to my room. Your room? Yeah, I don't think we can talk here. I needed to start over with my emotions. I needed to fulfill my goal since I made Levon come all the way here. It probably... No, it'll definitely make you feel sick. I'm prepared. Let's hear it. I let Levon through the room that I myself was still new to. Through to the room that I myself still knew. He's like, your room. And he's like, sweet. And he's like bounding off. And you're like, and not for sex. Oh. I had slept on that bed for an entire day. Levon took a seat there while I sat down on a chair a slight distance away. So what did you mean that I'd feel sick? Levon, did you know about Levi? What about him? That Levi was murdering people? What? You know the Black Shadow serial killings going around town? Levi was behind that. If you're joking, I'm not laughing. Do you want to see my wound? I wished it were a joke. Levon looked straight at me. I maintained eye contact. Is that really true? I nodded. There's no mistake. I haven't checked with Levi directly, but he cut me too. I loosened my collar to expose my shoulder. It was mostly healed, but still wrapped in bandages. No. He placed his hand on his forehead, dumbfounded. I knew it wasn't an act. Levon didn't seem to know either. But there was one more thing I needed to check. And I've only heard about this, but there's more? Francisco was the one pulling the strings behind Levi. Hey! His tone suddenly turned sharp. His anger was real. And you believe that? The mother is that sort of person? I don't believe it. I don't even want to think about it. That was how I felt when Lucas first told me. But right now... But what? You really think that's possible? Yes, I was actually starting to doubt Francisca despite her being someone I loved and respected. Levon continued to glare at me. I started to have feelings of regret toward Francisca and Levon. But even so, I couldn't gloss over things. What I sought is the truth. But that was exactly why I glared back at Levon. I stood my ground in silence. It was Levon who flinched first. His glare softened and he looked down. Yeah, that's right. There must be something that's made you think that. It was Lucas. I'm in love with him. And you, and Levi, and Hugh, and probably your dad and my uncle. Wait, are we cousins? Oh, wait, no. Oh, God, no. He can't. No. Not this whole... No. Sorry. It was really creepy when I thought that, and then it's like, oh, well, maybe he's their dad. Well, that would... And okay, I hope we're just the random person here, because Arya couldn't be our mother, even though she's a witch, and it would kind of like... The logic of like, well, she could be our mom. That would make sense. But then you would be our cousins, and that would be disgusting too. So, like, this is a little gross. I know I was joking when I said keep it in the I said keep it in the family, but I didn't really mean it. Like, that's disturbing. Gross. Anyway, it must be my fault. He mumbled to himself with a sigh. I did not expect to hear that from him. Why? Because I was unreliable as the heir to the wolves. That's why Levi and Mother... That's not true. It is. He spoke so matter-of-factly. What made him feel so strongly about it? I'm like, all right, I'm going to need you to give me your ring. Because you have a negative stone. It's a negativity stone. And I'm going to need to take that shit from you. And then you'll feel better about yourself. It's like a fucking Horcrux. Give me the Horcrux, Levon. I waited for him to continue. The leader prior to Mother, he was the worst. He did nothing but live his life freely. He rarely even came back home. That sounds like Ashen Hawk, is all I'm saying. And the rest of the family detested him from the bottom of our hearts. And naturally, so did the townspeople. Back then, the townspeople had begun to hate the Wolf Clan. That man saw the situation and simply abandoned the family. The lord before Francisca was a member of Levon's family. The minute it was Levon's... I remembered the glimpse I took inside Levant's heart earlier. Although I couldn't see his face, the young Levant hated his own father. Mother always told me to never grow up like him. Of course I wouldn't. I wouldn't even if she asked me to. And that's why I did everything in my power to become a good lord, so that I could support the Wolf Clan and bring it to prosperity. Ever since that man vanished, it's all I've done. But I didn't do it well, apparently. That's why it caused Levi and Mother to do such things. I'm no different than that man, after all. That's not true. I didn't know what kind of person the previous lord was. Maybe we do? I don't know. But I knew better than anyone how much Levant toiled and suffered. And the reason why Levi went insane was because of the magical stone. I'm sorry, I shouldn't be complaining. This is why I'm so terrible. That's not true. Don't talk about yourself like that. Slap him, Spacey. He needs a slap. I respected Levant and hated hearing him speak this way of his own existence. That's why my words came out as a reprimand. Levant gave a very slight smile, and then his expression changed completely. You said you didn't check with Levi directly, right? Right. I haven't seen him since that day. Me neither, but I've sent people to go look for him. Please tell me if you do find him. Of course. But what do you intend on doing after you see him? Huh? It's the fact that Levi slashed you, right? Can you really forgive him for that? Forgive him? My shoulder stung. The memory of Levi that night seemed to be relived once more. I was like, wait, what? Why? Okay. Wow. I was like, my brain wanted to say relieved, and I was like, that's not the word. And then my brain couldn't read. Oh my God. Wow. Relived once more. Blood splattered in front of my eyes. The bestial glare from Levant's eyes. The day I fell into the bone-chilling river. Are we gonna just let him walk away with the fucking stone? He's here. We need the stone. Spacey, stone. Get the stone. Why are we not? It's making me anxious. Like, I'm like, oh my God, don't you let him leave without the stone. You need to get the stone, and then we're gonna have to do it later, and you need to get the stone. Could you get the stone? Could you get the fucking stone? I don't know. That was what I honestly thought. Get the fucking stone. It wasn't about forgiving him or not. I didn't even think about that. I will be so angry if she doesn't. I'm just worried about him. I want to know that he's safe. The blizzard hasn't stopped since that day. You're so kind. Or should I say strong? I'm not strong at all. No, you are. And that part about you hasn't changed since we were children. And that's why Levant looked into my eyes. I felt the same sensation from when I saw that ray of light inside Levant's heart. They were the feelings that Levant had for me. Levant. Oh, when my ring shone, I had the sensation of you entering into me. Well, was that just my imagination? Or could that be the power of your red eye? Huh? Levant already knew. What should I do? I was hesitant about letting him know that I peeked into his heart. I'm sorry. I did see what feelings you had. I told him honestly. I didn't want to lie to Levant any longer. You see, Levant only mumbled. He didn't even ask me what I saw or how I did it. I'm sorry. That was weird of me to ask. I'll be going home for today. Oh, wait. It's already quite late, and I can see that it's snowing again. I didn't think it was right to let him go. How about staying over tonight? I said that in the same way that we talked as brothers. Levant looked very bitter. You saw my feelings, didn't you? Yeah? Then you know what that means. Uh. Oh. Is he gonna now tackle us again like he did that one time and you were like, wow, Levant, seriously? Levant stood up and approached me. He gotta be the forceful, slightly pushy one. You're like, dude, 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 dude. I didn't ask for the dick pic. Stop sending them. I suddenly realized that he was a man coming closer to me. No Wow. My body froze as if I was charmed. My mind swept away. I know what she meant, but it just sounds funny. He's a man coming closer to me. Gasp. But, oh! Levant placed his hands around my face. He lifted it up ever so gently, but his grip was strong. Steal the necklace. What happens from here is up to you. His tone was serious. Levon's face was so close that I could feel his breath on me. My face was held in place, so I couldn't look away or run. Oh, I'll be sleeping in the chapel. You can use this room. That's not what I'm talking about. You should already know. This was the first time I felt scared of Levon. He was not angry. He was simply serious. I had to give him a response. I... Oh! 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 Hold on. Save. We're like way ahead. Save. Okay, so... It was inconsiderate of me. Even so, what would I say? We're gonna do both, but I want to keep the one that I would go with. Like, I'm gonna do not my first choice. You know what I mean? Like, we'll do that one first, and then we'll go back and do the one that I would actually pick, so then it sticks that way. Just because they all loop back into the same thing, so it doesn't matter, but we want to see both options, so we might as well just do it now instead of forgetting. So, it's up to you, blah, blah, blah. I feel like I would say even so, as opposed to it was inconsiderate of me. So let's go with inconsiderate of me, and then we'll go back and do this. Okay. I'm sorry. It was inconsiderate of me. Seriously. Levon let go. He moved further away from my face, my body. Don't scare me like that. His tone was complex, like he was relieved, but there was more to his voice than that. I'll be going back home now, all right? Yeah, I'm really sorry. Get the ring! Fuck! If you really are sorry. Levon moved closer to me again. I wasn't charmed or scared this time, but for some reason I couldn't move again. Levon's movements were so natural that I accepted it. His kiss, a gentle kiss on my forehead. I hope you'll at least let me do this much. I couldn't answer. I wasn't happy or upset. I didn't have any of those types of emotions over what happened, and you didn't get the fucking stone! It was just embarrassing. And I'm so fucking angry about that. Because you didn't get the fucking stone. You know it's making him crazy, and you should have been like, look, here's the thing. I'm gonna need that stone because we need to put it in the Kaleidovia. Okay? That stone making you crazy. That anger, that hatred you feel, that stuff, that's all because of the stone. It's a Horcrux, Harry. Give it to me. You're not strong enough to wield it. Ugh. My entire face heated up. Instead, she was like, oh, let him go. Ugh. This is the dumbest thing you've done the whole game. I was sure my face was bright red. Fortunately, he didn't see it. After kissing me, Levon quickly exited the room. If he'd stayed here, I didn't know what would have happened. Levon and me. I couldn't bring myself to think about it anymore. It's interesting that this is a choice. You know what I mean? Now hold on. I want to see where we are in the flowchart. Okay, good. Okay, so let's go back. Actually, you know what we can do? We can just go back here. Oh wait, let's not do that. Let's just save. And then we'll go back. And then our flowchart should be. I'm pretty sure it'll go back regardless. Okay. Now, okay, hold on. You know what? Hold on. I'm just gonna load that save. I don't know why I didn't just do this. Like, why didn't we just whatever? The flowchart will still be the same. Okay. Even so. I'm not sure which one's better, but it all ends up the same anyway. So even so, stay the night. You. I closed my eyes and placed my hand over Levon's. To be honest, I'm scared. There have been too many things happening. Everyone is split up, and everything I believed in seems to have fallen apart. So please give me some reassurance. Please be by my side. I wondered if my voice was shaking. What sort of expression was Levon making now? Levon, all right. Ah! That was the right choice! Spacey made the right choice. Spacey made the right choice. I was wondering, I'm like, would one of these have ended in a kiss? Yes! That's why we did the one we don't want. This way, technically, if for some reason the game registers that this is the way we got here, you know what I mean? We'll be continuing on from this point with this as the choice we made. So I don't know if it changes anything else. I'm guessing it doesn't, but still. Now we've kissed two of our boys. Look at that. Oh. Ah. Suddenly our lips touched. At first he kissed me gently. The second time he went deeper. The breathing through our lips brought a sense of embarrassment to me. No excuses. He touched a soft spot behind my ear and it made my shoulder twitch. I wanted to expose you with my own hands each time my emotions overflowed. I'm no different from my bastard of a father. This is the emotion you instigated. More kisses fall from above. Oh God, what is happening? So many kisses and heavy breaths continued that my mind gradually turned into a haze. His arms around my back were so gentle and warm. Do you want to stop? No. Levon stares deep into me. I shook my head. I didn't want to let his arms go right now. Oh! I thought we were gonna kiss. I didn't know. Spacey. He whispered gentle, sweet nothings into my ear. You know what would have been funnier? Is if we had kept the original names. Right? The boy names, the girl names. Like, now we're Spacey and Spacey! But he literally just called us the boy name. So if we had, like, kept our male name and female name, the generic ones, he'd have literally just called us Jed. Like, I just want you to just replay that in your mind of him just whispering Jed to you. Like, shit. I don't know why that's sexier, but just wanted to point that out. He called us by our man name. He whispered gentle, sweet nothings into my ear. Our lips then touched again. Dear God, is he sleeping in your bed with you? What did you do? The next day, I slept until the sun was high in the sky, but I still felt strangely tired. Was it because I slept at a strange time, or could it be from the lack of rest for the last few days? Or could it be from the exchange with Levon last night? I shook my head to try and wake up. I had no time to waste. What should I do now? I started to think about it, but then I noticed some commotion downstairs. I think Lawrence said that many people come to visit during the day. I came here a few times before the masquerade, but it was always pretty empty. Could it be that there was more people because they're worried about what's happening around town? All right. I knew what to do today. First, I needed to get changed. And then I'm going to get the Oh, you had the Horcrux and you let it go. I figured I could ask Elric where the clothes were. Father. Yes? What is... Oh, and that dress. I approached Lawrence as he oversaw the people visiting the chapel. I managed to trick him only for a moment. He knew that it was me dressed as a woman. I'm going to go see how the town is doing. I'll be back by nightfall. You're going in that? All right. Be careful out there. I'd only heard secondhand information about the current state of the town. I hadn't seen it for myself. I had every intention on personally seeing how things were. I winked at Lawrence as I slipped through the crowd to exit the church. The blizzard had mostly abated, but the skies and town were still gray in color. The moment I stepped foot into town, I realized something. It was dark. It was practically lifeless. Though little else could be said about it, as someone who grew up in this town, seeing it in this state made me feel sad. There were some people sparsely populating the area, and no one appeared to be talking. I couldn't help but compare it to the day of the masquerade. It hadn't even been that long since then. Let go of me! Let go! I don't know who it is, though. A sudden cry of a man pierced the air. It wasn't far from where I was standing. I think it's better that I stay out of view, but I moved as quickly as I could to the source of the cries, despite having difficulty with my long skirt. Oh, let go of me! I didn't do anything! You can make your excuses later. Come with us now! Though there were fewer people out and about, several uniformed men were gathered around the source of the cries. I tried to hide among the thin crowd to conceal my presence so I could see what would happen. The man was being dragged out of his home, and the other men were likely to be from the Hawk faction. This man has conspired with the wolves and is guilty of high treason. All of you here pay heed and don't get any funny ideas. He shouted a threat to the murmuring bystanders. I said I don't know anything about this! Shut up and come with us! Get! I heard a dull thud from the man being punched. I then heard a scream from the crowd. This poor guy! He got beat up in the beginning, he's getting beat up now. This poor fucking man. The man's unconscious body was dragged quietly away. That's horrible. They're just having their way with us. Those damn hawks.
Shh, don't say such careless things like that. You want to be arrested too.
I don't, but still.
The wolves were conspiring, weren't they? Beats me. I don't know anything. I don't want to know anything.
Whispers among the crowd continued. Rumors must have flown about what Levon and the other wolves were doing, and the Hawk clan seemed to know already. And it led to that man being taken away. I couldn't stop it despite it happening right in front of me. I couldn't even speak out against it. The only thing I could do now was to look down, bite my lip, and then move away from there. I felt so pitiful about myself. The sense of powerlessness overcame me as I walked back. Out in the distance, I saw someone I recognized. Or rather, someone I thought I recognized. I couldn't be sure of it at all. But still, I was compelled to run toward him. He was gone. I looked around but didn't see anyone resembling him. I thought I saw Levi. Maybe he wasn't really here. Ever since that day, I hadn't seen Levi anywhere. I didn't even have an idea where he could be. I hoped he was all right.
I saw the younger brother.
Huh? A few days later, Elric spoke during dinner at the church. He suddenly started the conversation at random. When? And where?
Just earlier, I saw someone go into the alley. It was hard to see because of the fog, but I don't think I got the wrong guy.
Elric, I keep telling you to stop at night.
I wasn't just walking around. I was taking Rabbit out for a walk.
But how is that different? If you want to take a walk, get it done while it's light out. Lawrence, can you save the lecturing for later? Disciplining kids was important in its own right, but there were more pressing things at hand. Are you sure? Was it really Levi?
Yes, I'm sure. Are you doubting me?
Elric said he just saw Levi. That meant he could still be nearby. By the time I realized it, I had already run out of the church.
You were looking around for her sake. Why would I do that?
Out of kindness? No, that couldn't be. Maybe you had something bothering you about him. As if it reminded you of yourself.
Huh? That can't be true. I'm done eating.
He reminded you of yourself, the crazy. Hold on, Elric. Take care.
Huh.
I want to see where we are on the flowchart. Okay, we're still in. Okay. I'm curious. I get curious and curious, like, where? Doesn't really matter. We're going to have a choice at one point, which is all going to lead to the same thing, but it's going to be to pick one of our boys. I know it, because it's 4 options, so. The town at night was veiled in a thick fog. I guess we'll see when we get there, but. The scenery was supposed to be familiar, but the fog seemed thicker than usual today. Would I be able to find Levi in this fog? Elric said he was in the alleyway, but which one? There were tons of alleyways in this town. I realized how careless I was. Why didn't I ask for more details? Shouldn't I have told Levon too? What should I do? Should I go back? But what if Levi disappeared in the meantime? The fuck is he hiding? Puh! Puh! Mulling over what to do next, I heard an animal cry while hopping over to me.
My goodness, you're still here.
Elric, why?
Rabbit followed your scent. You'd better thank her.
Puh! I mean, what are you doing here?
I certain somebody threw herself outside without listening to what I had to say.
Ugh. I would never admit that I was just about to return to ask for more details. It was such a surprise that he would come looking for me.
What are you daydreaming about?
Are you going to take me there?
I don't have a choice. You're so slow you probably couldn't find it by yourself in a million years.
I am not slow. Thanks for the gesture, but if you could just tell me where he is.
Just come with me. Hurry.
I didn't think it was right to be walking through the unsafe parts of town with a kid this late at night. But then again, it wasn't the time to be arguing.
It's not like you're a stranger to me.
Huh?
Nothing. Come on, hurry up or I'll leave you in the dust.
Any moment I took my eyes off him, his tiny back completely vanished in the fog. I moved quickly so I wouldn't lose sight of him. After walking with Elric for a few minutes, I started to hear someone else's footsteps. It sounded like someone stepping in sand. I stopped. Elric must have heard it too. He was looking in the direction of the sound.
Say,
yeah, I know. I motioned with my hand for Elric to stop, and I started to approach the source. Something was shining. 2 sparks in the darkness. There was a silhouette around those lights. Those lights were eyes. It's like a monster. As I drew even closer, I realized what they were. Glowing eyes of evil. Yep, he's angry. Levi's eyes, like those of a beast. Levi? No answer. I only heard strained breaths. He looked like an injured predator. Was this really the Levi I knew? Or was he a completely different person that had been taken over by the madness of the magical stone?
Get it off him! Don't leave it like you did on Levon, dumb fuck.
God, why? Now you're turning stupid? If only I could see what's inside Levi's heart. Would I be able to? When it happened with Levon, it was entirely by accident. And this time I would have to do it intentionally. I focused my entire being into my right eye. Levi moved before I could. Why does it look like I stood in front of Elric to protect him. Oh, she was probably like,
L!
Oh, were we screaming L? We were calling him L and not Elric? Okay, that's weird. I couldn't let Levi hurt anyone else. Levi jumped straight at me with a knife in his hand. I pulled away and dodged the tip of the knife.
What the hell was that for? Levi, did you really go insane?
I was impressed at how Elric wasn't afraid of the situation. But now was a really bad time for that. Levi reacted to Elric's voice and changed his target. Watch out! I grabbed him to force him to stop, but he easily shook me off, throwing me against the wall. I didn't know he was this strong. When we wrestled as kids, we were about evenly matched. Thinking about it, it shouldn't have been a surprise. More than 10 years had passed since then, and Levi was also a man. Levi slowly walked up to me, but I couldn't move from the pain.
Spacey!
Get away! I shouted to keep Elric at bay while I continued to glare at Levi. He had completely gone insane. The ring on Levi's knife-wielding hand glimmered. The magical stone set in that ring gave off a dark glow. It's because of that, isn't it? I need to get it off you. The ring with the magical stone shone with a dull light. As if reacting to it, my right eye also glowed red. It was the same as with Levon. Levi's heart flowed into me. In that moment, I felt chills. My entire body shook. I sensed an emotion that I had never felt before. It was an emotion that I could never accept. The slickness of blood, the stench of bloody chunks of flesh, ugh, gross, along with the impulse and excitement that came with the act of taking lives, and a desire to murder. If this was what Levi truly thought, if this was everything that was Levi, then he had, without a doubt, gone truly mad. I felt like I would go insane too if I stayed there any longer. More! I felt sick, scared. I wanted to flee. I didn't want to look at it any longer. But... I shook away the insanity that tried to flow inside of me. I tried to endure the pressing madness that tried to swallow me whole. This couldn't be the only thing here. I didn't know this Levi, but there must be a vestige of the one I did still in there somewhere. He must be somewhere inside this madness. Where was he? Where was Levi? Found him. Through the storm of lunacy, I saw Levi's tiny back. His head and shoulders were covered in snow. He must have been there for a long time. He was left there all alone. Damn it! Damn it! Is it Kid Levi or no, it's real Levi? Like, I don't know. It won't come off. Oh, the blood. The stench. I'm not sure if it's supposed to be Kid Levi or normal Levi. It stays on me no matter how much I try to wash it off. Get off! I can't see anyone like this! Not Levon. Not Mother. Not him. He was washing his hands. There was a puddle of water at Levi's feet. The water was stained with the color red and smelled of death. I walked through that red puddle, splashing it as I went. I took Levi's hand. What? Oh no, it is. It's like little baby Levi. Doesn't it look like him? It looks like baby Levi. He looked up, surprised. He was weeping. He was afraid of seeing me. I looked at Levi's hand in mine. She looks like baby Spacey too. She's a little like cutesy. It was filthy. Blood and oil gave it a dark red color. There were cracks in his skin because he had been washing with cold water all this time. And his hand was also cold as ice. Let go of me! Don't look at me! Levi tried to move away, but I didn't let go of his hand. I gripped tightly so that my body heat could transfer to him. Don't run away. It's all right. I know everything. Everything you've done, Levi. Even so, I know you haven't changed at all. Pull him out. My sight returned to me. Get that ring off him. A powerful sense of dizziness and nausea overcame me. This was what Levi was feeling. Pain and suffering. A cry for help. He was crying deep down in his heart, but in this moment, he was holding a knife to me. Levi. He held his knife high up. No matter where he struck me, I would likely die. But I believed in Levi. Levi's eyes opened wide. The knife came down on me. I kept my eyes open so I could watch until the very end. Bad ending! Blood danced in the air. I've earned a trophy. 50% of the things. CG's. Something warm and sticky splattered all over my face. He stabbed himself, didn't he? The knife struck. It was close to my face, embedded in Levi's left hand. A scream of pain, or perhaps it was more like a roar of defiance. Levi! I tried to calm him down, holding him from collapsing to the ground. Well, yeah, because I would rip that knife right out. But in the next instant, he bit down on my right shoulder. Ow. Gah! His teeth dug deep through my clothes. It felt like he was tearing through my flesh. I couldn't see his expression from this position. But from the way his body shook, it felt like he was trying to endure something. Levi... Oh, that's him. Levi! Stop! Get away! It's okay, Elric. Just let him...
No, it's not okay. You need to treat those wounds.
I said it's okay. I spoke sternly to Elric while trying to maintain a calm voice. Still, it really hurt. But I'm sure Levi was enduring pain many times stronger than this. Just let Levi do what he wants right now.
What? Why? I don't get you two.
He's fighting. The two of us tried to endure the pain while embracing each other. I didn't move and didn't resist either. I gradually felt the pain decreasing. Could it be that my shoulder was going numb? Or is he loosening his bite? After a short sigh, Levi's mouth moved away from me. It wasn't the breathing of a beast, but that of a man. He's like, why is my hand stabbed and why did I bite you? He knows. Spacey. Levi, have you come too? I'm sorry. It hurts. A lot. Same here. It seemed that Levi's eyes were still clouded. The insanity might not have completely left him yet. Take the ring! But even through the short exchange, I could say one thing for certain. Levi was back.
Why the hell would you let yourself get a stupid wound like that? Puh!
Elric and Rabbit were mad. I would say I deserved it. It seemed that I kept these two in suspense the whole time.
I don't know how to treat wounds, so you're gonna have to get that looked at by Lawrence.
He picked up Rabbit and started walking away. It would be better if I returned to the church for now. Levi, can you walk? Sorry, can you help me up? I don't think I can give much support on my right side right now. And then help me with the other side. The two of us tried to support our weights by leaning on each other as we left town. The end. Boop. You don't get to see what happens. So I'm going to wrap this part up here. And then we'll see what happens in the next thing. So where are we in the flowchart? Ooh, we're on the next chapter. Anyway. So I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.